Okay, so to be honest with you, the next few months are gonna be way shorter than usual. Mainly because I've mostly played 2017 games, but I did have a blast with Megaman 02 for a few days. I'm glad it's much shorter than the first game, makes the action and tempo of the game much more enjoyable. The game progression is just like a classic Megaman. Pick your stage at your leisure. Though there's always the best way to progress through the game without struggling like a moron. Zero is just as badass as ever, slashing through machines will never stop being fun. There are new weapons as well, and I love the way you play the grapple too, but unfortunately I was too scared to use it considering how risky it is. The artworks for the game are absolutely stunning too, and made me wish I could have a complete folder with every piece of art this series has. I should get 03 someday. The Last of Us was by far one of my favorite games I've played this summer. What's good is that nothing got spoiled for me. I discovered the entire game by myself in a weekend and I love playing through it. Far more than Uncharted, that's for sure. I expected to be disappointed yet again and to be faced with a cheesy story that barely creates any kind of feelings for the characters, and that's when I got it all wrong and I couldn't be happier. Let's just take aside the boring and repetitive ladder and boat sequences, and the game itself has a surprisingly fun gameplay. Sure, you can just shoot at whatever gets in your way and go through the main story, but it's way more fun to crank the difficulty up an inch just for the sake of forcing yourself to be more careful with the amount of ammunition you use and choose your crafted items more carefully. Getting up close is really risky, but at the same time very rewarding. It's up to you how you want to approach situations, and it makes the game much more pleasing to play through. And boy, do I love the great weapon feedbacks this game delivers. It also really helps to set the survival and apocalyptic tone of the title, and I haven't been this immersed in a game for a long time. Narratively speaking, the dialogues always feel like they come at the right time, and the two main characters are extremely lovable and charismatic, which really helps at building the tension up when something bad happens. And it never feels like some cheesy robotic voice lines. The game is beautiful, the dub's solid, the sound design top-notch. It's really hard to turn the console off when everything is so well written and interesting, while following the red wire that composes a touching yet brutal story. Technically, I played the 2017 PlayStation version, but who cares, it's not even a recent game at all. The Silver Case is one of Suda51's first video games he wrote, and was completely untranslated until 2016. It's a strange visual novel where nightmares mix up pretty easily with reality. It's extremely cryptic and sometimes downright disturbing, but to me that's one of its biggest strengths. There's something uneasy and nauseating about the story, and I think that's partly because I'm an idiot that couldn't figure out half of what I was going through. We play and see characters that all have really disturbing psyches. The dialogues are at the same time really dense but very short-spoken. I think this one deserves a replay on my part because I felt like I was reading through an unanswered hidden riddle, but at the same time, it was kinda interesting to follow. The music is fantastic, thanks Bass Takata, the saturated and grey art style captivating, so if you're looking for a fairly short and disturbing visual novel, it's quite good. Done for July. Glad I could talk about The Last of Us and Silver Case. With that, I'll see you in 2 days.